Because there was no formal plan, no signed scope document, they ended up in a nasty legal battle.
Exactly. The case study notes that Arbor did not think that a formal project management plan would be needed. They relied on professional knowledge instead of a documented plan. They assumed the other person knew what they were thinking.
So how does AI solve the rabbit problem?
No, but it solves the blind spot problem. A human project manager, especially a less experienced one, might forget about rabbits because they are so focused on irrigation pipes and labor schedules and plant delivery.
Right.
But an AI has read every landscaping manual, every agricultural report, every insurance claim, and every case study on the internet. It has a much broader knowledge base.
So the prompt is something like a risk assessment.
A very broad one, you'd ask. List potential risks for a commercial landscaping project in a semi-rural area. Consider categories like technology, stakeholders, market, environmental, and execution. For each risk, categorize its likelihood and potential impact.
And Sophia points out that AI is excellent at finding these environmental or contextual risks if you prompt it correctly.
It is. It would almost certainly flag pest damage or wildlife interference or environmental factors as a common risk for this type of project. It acts as a safety net for your own memory and experience. It's like having 1,000 senior project managers looking over your shoulder whispering, "Hey, did you remember to think about the rabbits?"
There is another prompt here that Marcus absolutely loves, the out-of-scope prompt.
This is his favorite weapon against scope creep. Based on this scope of work, categorize each potential deliverable into one of three columns: in scope, out of scope, or to be confirmed.
Why is explicitly listing what's out of scope so powerful? Why not just focus on what we are doing?
Because silence is interpreted as consent. If you don't explicitly say protective tree guards are out of scope, the client will assume they are in scope because, well, you're planting trees, so surely you're going to protect them.
It's implied in their mind.
And implied scope is the breeding ground for scope creep. Explicitly listing exclusions is the strongest shield you have. If the Arbor contract had contained one line that said, exclusions, tree guards, pest control, and repair of ground damage caused by third-party vehicles, ACME would have had no leg to stand on.
And the AI is good at spotting these potential assumptions.
You can actually ask it to. This is a brilliant prompt. Based on this project description, what are some common assumptions a client might make that are not explicitly covered in the scope? List these as potential items to add to the out-of-scope section.